Holy mackerel. Wall Banger likes numbers, all right. Wall Banger, what's up, buddy? What is going on today, this May 29th, 2019? What the hell is... No, I don't want to enable any sort of weird dictation software. What? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right. So what do we got? 1 minute and 35 seconds. Close this candle out. Second bearish candle in a row. Not quite a doji. I guess by definition, maybe. 0.59%. I mean, that's not a whole hell of a lot. All things considered. Look at where we tapped down, though. Look at that. Look at that. Right on the 7. 7 EMA. Provided support for the little drop down. I was kind of expecting a little bit further, but you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to call that, because that's pretty good right there. Hitting a low, 84.26. What did we mark down here? 83.88. I guess it's not as close as it looks. I mean, look at that tiny little. Almost. Wanted to hit this right here, this high. 83.88. Didn't quite hit it. And that's all right. No big deal. What do we got here? 16 seconds before we close this thing out. Call that a wrap. And then we'll start trading on the new day, the 30th of May. Here we go. 2, 1. Boom. And that is it. The candle is closed. So, freshly painted candle. Here's what we got. We opened up at 87.15. We had a high of 87.60. Not much. A low all the way down to 84.26. Close it out at 86.62, giving us a net loss of 52.92, 0.61%. So really not that bad, all things considered. We did test this lower area, which is good. I thought maybe we'd test a little bit further, but it doesn't appear to be that way. I did put a giant puzzle piece on here because, you know, we're missing the piece to the puzzle. Ah, yes. All right, so if we're to continue down, expect a test, structure high, but really the body right here. This would make the most sense, at least on the hourly chart for Coinbase. That seems to be an area that was struggling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 5 plus 6 on the way up. Before a nice break, a nice clean break, but a huge break nonetheless. A $667 candle is usually just, it's a little too much to not come back and do a little testing. Now this right here, typically, you know, on any other chart, I'd probably be okay with saying, you know what, we're really close enough. And I mean, we really are. Like it really is. But ideally, I think this is the move, right? I think we want to test this. I mean, that would be ideal, right? Really, anywhere from here to here. So, like, you know what I'm saying, like that, right? So anywhere within that ballpark would be fine. But we didn't get that, not yet. So we'll have to see what today's going to do. Whether it's going to continue to go down. If it does, now we've already maintained support on the 7, which is great. If we end up losing the 7, then you're looking for the 20 over here, but there's plenty of room on the 20. So we got all that. We got all that to contend with. All right, so that's it for Bitcoin, at least for the daily. Not really, just not too much to talk about with that. Yeah, small day. Not too much. Definitely got selling coming in right now. Price is down to 86.45, so it is cruising a little bit. Coinbase has it at 86.42, so just slight differences between the two right there. But again, nothing overall crazy. All right, so let's see what we got moving in the market. All right. Let's see. We were doing some RSI stuff earlier. Let's throw this on here and see what we got. Let's throw it to all. What is today? Tuesday? Monday? Wednesday. All right. So we're on day 3. Let's do 3-day then. Let's see what the week has given us so far. Frankie, hello, and hello back to you, my friend. What is going on? All right, so we set it for a 3-day up move, peak gains as our default list, and then we'll take a look at what's shaking over here. All right, so trend-wise right now, nothing is catching my eye in the first couple. Pondy over here is, Pondy every day. It's up 10, it's down 10, it's up 12, it's down 12, it's up 20, it's down 20. I mean, it's just doing its thing. PHX, okay, but trend is just kind of not so much over here. All right, now here's something interesting. INS, ETH. We can see the 5-minute strong uptrend, the hourly strong uptrend, the 15 and the 30 have not converted to a strong uptrend yet. But all the longer time frames, the 4, 6, 12, and daily are all sideways, slightly bearish. Did have a 48% move up. We gave 80% of that back, so that's a little too much as far as I'm concerned. Your next level of support is going to be the 886 if we went on the 3-day. So let's just take a look at INS ETH and see what we see. INS ETH. Shaking a lot. One day up, another day in big red. Yeah. Can I check EOS? What does that say? EOS what? Oh, I gotta move the chart so I can read it. EOS. Oh, yeah, for MEX? Sure. EOS M19. Yeah, no problem. Let's see. What was I doing? Oh, INS. INS ETH. And then we'll check EOS. Don't worry. If I forget, just remind me. All right. So let's see what we got over here. So we got this big spike, and that's it's gonna throw the chart off. That's just the way that works. Just the way that works. Let's see. Daily wise, anything super interesting here? Not like super interesting, but let's see. And that area of support was pretty well respected. Let's see. Definitely had some difficulty over here, but that's a nice top line. All right. We're getting somewhere. Let's see. Good looking chart, though. All things considered. It just looks nice. It's aesthetically pleasing. All right, let's see here. Let's go from the bottom to the top, and we're sort of watched to drop over here. Where are we finding support, if any? 786. And look at that. You see the triple right here? Right? And then all that support before the drop? 618. Now, what I'm looking for, amongst other things, is was that spike relevant? And if it shot straight up to the 5, then okay. I say maybe someone just had some lucky orders up there. But it sort of danced down in the middle of nowhere, so I don't know. Not really going to pay too much attention to that. But We do have our first push and pull. So this is something to look at here. Now, if we just do this, let's see, we came down on the 709, right? So the 709 is our first marker. I mean, I don't know. That's it's actually kind of close, believe it or not. Not that I think that this particular, I don't know. We'd have to go down to a smaller chart. Let's see. Let's see. There's our spike. Nope. Oh, geez. Oh, there's a bunch of spikes. All right. So we got a bunch of spikes. So we're doing like little micro pump and dump. Is that the deal here? Is that the plan? Huh. Hit a high of 1670. High of 1950. Close it out at 1450. It's 500 up. Close it out at 1450. High of 1670. Close it out almost the same. It's interesting. Close it out of 1405. We hit a high of 1520. Huh. Can I check the mic? What, does the mic sound messed up? I get, I'm just having, every day it's a new issue. So let's see. How's that? I gave it a little crank. I gave it a good push. Sasha, what up? Yeah, so if the mic is messed up, just let me know. It's fine. For whatever reason, I just having a lot of issues. Can't seem to get over all these problems. But one day, things will work properly. Let me see. Let me push this a little bit. I'll get you a little bit more drive. How about that? Is that crazy? Is that too much? Probably, right? Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to like blow the eardrums out. I got a compressor on, so it's not like pushing any peaks, but I also don't want to clip the driver on the inside. All right, so just let me know. Yeah, I know. One day. All right, so anyway, I think we're done looking at INS, right? This is just not all that good. All right, anyway, so EOS on the MEX chart, right? Let's see. All right, EOS on the MEX chart. Let's hit up the 24. Okay, what do we got here? All right. Okay, so let's see. I see you. I see you, Sasha. You're over on Twitch. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, now I have a collective stream here. A chat thing I'm trying out. So it's Twitch, YouTube, and DLive all together. All together. You know what? My mic is all right. How's that? Does it feel like I'm in your head? The idea is to live inside of your brain. Is that better, Frankie? All right, so again, the only problem with these MEX charts, if it's not perpetual, right, and it's a futures contract, you just don't get all that much history. So it's not like a whole lot to do on a daily. You can do some stuff on like a 1, 5, and 15, but fortunately, there's just not a whole lot to do like on here. But we'll do what we can because that's what we do. All right, so at least for the retrace so far, it looks like we tried to hit the 382, we failed, came down, found support in the middle of nowhere really, and end up pushing up to the 5. So this is the retrace, right? We're trying to get back to this level, and I guess technically we'd be trying to get back to this level. All right, so because that's our technical high, although that's not our high before the low. So I'm putting it back. All right, so there. Here you go. So anyway, You did finally find support around, what is that? We'll call it 71.22 ballpark. Pushed up, failed, right? Came back down a little bit, so that's a little bit of a pullback. So we can measure that pullback. We could do something like this and just get an idea on where we pulled back to, right? So let's zoom in a little bit and get a better idea on what's happening over here. All right, so as far as our pullback is concerned, it looks like we found support at the 709, at least a tip down, 709. Continued back, relative body support ended up at the 618. All right, so now that being said, let's get some targets up here, and let's just do this, and let's do this, and see what we got going on here. So we're looking for a 1618. We found it right here. So here's the idea with these pullbacks. I'm pretty sure I explained this. Oh, Mike is good. All right, good. I'm a legend? Who said that? Who? What? Hold on here. What are you talking about? Wall Banger XLM. Yes, the coffee's ready. RSI MACD, RSI MACD, pullback. RSI MACD, RSI MACD, pullback. Pullback, yeah. So the pullback, right? So look, so this is called Three White Soldiers. Three White Soldiers is a bullish move, right? It's three white candles. Generally, they are the same body size. This body size has changed a little bit. Now, if I get it at a log, yeah, no change. Regardless, don't even worry about that. What you want to see is this, right? You want to see reversal. Right? So you painted yourself a new high, right? Off of prices reversed. So can we all agree that price was going down, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody's totally cool with agreeing that price was going down. All right, then what happened? Price started to go up, right? Yes, 100%. Is everybody with me? Let me make it a little bigger. Okay, so then what happened after that? It stopped going higher and it reversed. It sure did. All right, so you have three momentum changes here. Now, what we don't know is, at this time, is it going to do this? Right? Is it going to come up here and then do that? Is it going to do this and then dump? Right? We don't know. That's just part of trading. You have to make some educated plays based off of probabilities. Okay? So, price reversed. Now, what did it do right here? That's your low. Next candle was higher. Next candle was higher. Next candle was higher. Next candle was a little lower. Right? But still, nonetheless, if you drew a line right here, you would see you had higher lows. Correct? Correct. So now what do we talk about all the time? We talk about this move, right? Getting past the previous structure high. So you get past the previous structure high when you cross this line. Now some people cheat and they do it off the body, and that's fine too. Whatever your trading style is. All right? So the pullback is right here. The pullback's right here. So we measure this move based on targets on a 1618 target off of this move, right? This pullback off of this bottom. That's what gives us that 1618. All right, and you could see first target hit right here, 1618, bang. Where did it stop? At the 1618. Perfect. So what's the next play? Well, what we would expect is price to reverse again, which is doing right now. Price to reverse. Come back down to where? Previous structure high, right here, or at least in this ballpark. Something like that. Now, if you got confluence with a trend, here's your trend line. this guy. It's not my typical trend line. It's just an arrow, so it's not great. I'll tell you what. Let's use an actual trend line. You know, we had the tools, right? Might as well use them. Okay, so we're gonna paint ourselves something like that. Confluence with an actual trend line is nice, not mandatory. But if it were to do that, that would be great. Then what? Well, we would expect our targets to continue like this. Now, why did I stop right here? That's the 2618. Okay, 1618, 2618. What is the 1618 also? Confluence with our 5. What is our 2618? It's right in between our 709 and our 786. All right, so 709 a little bit closer, and you like to front run everything a little bit, so I would do something like this. Okay? That would be my play, based off of what we see right here. All right? What do you think? ABC or third wave? This is not Elliott wave. And there's just not enough data. There's just not enough data for Elliott wave. There's not enough. There's nothing going on here. Right? You have data from March 14th. So, you know, unless we put this thing on like an hour chart, we're not going to get much off the daily. So what do we got here? We got 76 days of history. That's all we got. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, Elliott wave, like, what are you going to see off of Elliott wave? You're going to have to put it down to like a 4-hour chart. You got to see the impulse, right? There's no way you can see that on the daily. There's just not enough information. So, like, within here, I mean, you could get creative, right? If you were to swing down, let's say you were going to correct right here, right? A, B, C correction. But then you ended up making a higher high, so that would be your 1. All right, so your 0, your 1. Your 2 could come down here. Right, your 3 would be up top. The longer wave up top would be your 3. 4 would be another correction back down to previous structure high. 5 would bring you up to like the 4, 2, 3. So essentially it would just look like if it all played out, let's see, something like that-ish. And then something like 4, 2, 3. Ballpark. But again, you know, now you'd have to get like the timing right and all that. So, yeah, but I think I explained the other day, like I'm not an Elliott. I don't have enough knowledge about Elliott wave trading to comment any further than just my own observations. Fair? That's why you like my opinion? Because I don't know anything? No, I look at this. All right, I'll even do one better. Bang, I look at that. I just look at the candles, man. It's the chart. You know? Support resistance. You know, so this area right here, right, it found support. Why? I don't know. I don't know the guy who personally bought it right here and pushed it up, but you know what? Nobody else sold it any lower than him. So what does that mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days that level held. So what does that mean? After all of this junk up here and you start seeing candle, 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 oh, this thing's coming down. Well, where do you think it's gonna find support and resistance again? And that same level. And what did it do? Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It couldn't hold. Right? So you pushed it down. Right? What was once support is now resistance. Now where are we at right now? That same level. Right? So for the history of this chart, which is 76 something days, this is the most important level as far as I'm concerned. This right here. Because at least you have an indication of what may happen, which does what, right? It adds to your probabilities. It adds to you going the right direction, right? So at the end of the day, every single trade you make has what in common with every other trade you've ever made? A 50-50 chance of going the right or wrong way, right? I mean, think about it. Think about every single trade you make, right? You buy and you're going long. You got a 50-50 shot, right? Otherwise, all of us would be, sitting on tens of hundreds of millions of dollars because you'd just be right all the time. It's just not the way it works. Yeah, so we go off probabilities. So that's why we do technical analysis. We try to read the emotion of the market, right? We try to understand what the buyers and sellers are doing. Like, what happened here? What was the big deal? Relatively speaking, that's not a lot of volume, right? It's just not a lot of volume, yet the candle jumped 11%. You know what I'm saying? And, a 1,077 sat candle after, a 2% move, a 2% move, a 0.7% move, a 1.5% move, and what we didn't know at the time, but was our local bottom, a 0.11% move, right? But why did this happen, right? And even if we don't know why it happened, what does it mean going forward? All right, so subjectively looking at that candle, removing all bias, and just saying, what's the next probable move? After a massive candle like this, previous candles that had very little volume, like next to no volume at all, right? And then a decent push in volume, what do you think is going to happen next? Right? So, I would think pullback, right? Because now we just escaped, these levels over here. This is your previous high. Let me put this back on. So this is your previous high. So just like we just did in the other example. Freaking magnet. All right, let me just take that off. So here's the deal, like this, right? Here's your previous high. And now you failed to get over that level. To right here, that candle prior, you pushed up, you tested it. Just about, almost. And came back down. Super short wick right there. Right? Next candle blew past it. So what does it mean? It means it leaves this whole area, right? Basically like untested. Right? Because this giant candle just like blew past everything. So just like we did in the last example, I would expect some type of pullback. All right? Whether it's 618 or not, I'm still expecting something. So let me take this off. So we have our low, right? Right here. We know we had this big candle right here, right? And then we had this tiny little one. So I would have already put this up here and been like, all right, I think we're coming down. Let's retest previous structure high at least, right? Let's get into that ballpark. Let's get into this zone over here. So between the 5 and the 618 makes sense to me, right? But then we had this candle, and I'm like, it didn't even come down to 236. We got more to go down. Then we painted a higher candle. Look at that. We got a tiny little tested up the highs, but failed. So what is this? This wick, and this wick all tell me failure, right? Failure to the upside. So what does that mean? Generally speaking, you're coming down to something. All right, let me clean that up a little like that. Let me just put the back down. We'll just make life just a shade easier, and we'll use the freaking magnet. All right, where's our low here? That's our bottom. All right. So now we can adjust our fib. Now that we have a higher high, right, we throw that on there. Let's see where this thing's going to come down to. And what happens? All right, it came right down to our little zone, right, a little box zone, right in between the 5 and the 618. So that ended up working out really well, right? We found support, pushed it back up. Now, even when that happened, right, we just got a little bit back. It's not like it immediately shot all the way up here, right? It took 1, 2, 3 days, and look at that. It came all the way down and shook everybody out, right? All of those people that were long right here, like they bought that pullback and they went long. 35, 40, 50, 50x longs, right? They all got smashed out of here, right? 709, 786, 886. So they tested it all the way down to the 886, right? Which was not quite your swing low, but it was low enough, right? Body height on your low to your top. Once it pulled all these people down, the wicks are there because they just stacked all these longs. Psh, everybody got liquidated, right? They did it again the very next day. They were like, we know you guys are that stupid to put more longs in there after you saw all that got eaten up. Sure enough, shook them all out. And then what'd they do? They shook out all the shorts, right? This is just mean, by the way. These candles are just mean. All right, it's not nice, but it happens. All right, and then we go back to normal trading, right? 1.5, 2.8, 1.7, 0.4, 0.2, 1.7, 2.96. 2.96, even though it reached all the way up here, failed to make a higher high. This was your actual high. But again, like that trading's, it's kind of garbage, right? But, it's on the chart, so you have to look at it. Doesn't mean I have to use it, and I'm not using that as my high. That's a garbage candle. So anyway, we came up, painted ourselves a new high, right? Which at the time I would have still said, all right, well, fail to make a new high, yada yada yada. And you're in the swing fail, and so in a swing fail, right, you're short until you cross that line, right? Jeez, what does that mean? Well, it means you're short that whole time. Now, when you start getting trading so far away from it, right, then you have to adjust it. Like, you can't just not ever trade. So I would look at this candle and be like, that's a garbage candle. I'm not using it. Here's my swing fail, right? And here's my high. So what would that mean? That would mean that I was short until we closed above our trend, our swing fail, right? And hopefully retested it. So, yeah, right here. You would have got back in right here. Or at least you would have examined the chart to get back in right here. It's not saying that you would have got back in, but you may have. All right. This is the first time you've actually, closed a candle over your swing fail. So let's say you did get back in. Let's say you bought right at the line, right? Let's say you bought at the close. So you closed that candle out. You bought it. You went up a little bit. Great. Now, what are you looking at? You're looking at this line right here. You just reversed trend. You bucked the system. You broke everything. You reversed it. Price reversed, started to come back down. Why? Because you're already looking for a pullback. It's the same thing you did right here. You're looking for a pullback, right? So you got the pullback. Bang, right here. Price started reversing the other way. Once you crossed your previous structure high, this is the area you failed to go higher on your reverse, right? All lights are go. Green is go. Bang, 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 bang. Make yourself a new high, hit your target, 1618, and then a little hesitation. Two things can happen right here. You can hesitate and then continue up, such as having a bull pennant, having a bull flag, having an ascending triangle, which is what you're kind of starting to paint right now. So it would be, of course, I got the magnet on, so it's just pain, but it would be similar to this. Maybe not so dramatic. That would be a pennant, right? But you don't, well, I mean, I guess you could do whatever. Something like that you got to do on like the hourly, because there's just not enough candles for it to even make sense at the present moment. But let's say you did something like that, then your next move would be up. That's where trading gets a little tricky, right? So, which one is it? What's going to happen next? Like, is it going to go up or is it going to pull back? We don't know. It's just based off of educated guesses. All right, so you had a nice move up, a good pullback. Another nice move up, right? Me, personally, I expect a pullback to retest previous structure high. That's this right here. So if we do come down, these would be my buy targets. 2618 would be my sell targets. And then you rinse and repeat. You expect another drop down, and then you expect another big move up, yada, yada, yada. And that's a wrap. Now, if we don't get that, and, we build a pattern, and then we break the pattern, and we get something like that, well, then, sure. Then you just keep going up. That would be a hesitation candle. Or what my friend told me the other day, he calls them breaker candles. I guess a break-in trend. I don't know. So essentially this next candle, you got two breaker candles, would almost be like straight up 3618, or hit a target of the 2618, something like that. Okay. But me personally, I would look at this volume dropped. So basically you used all of your energy on this candle. Volume came up, so you didn't have enough support for momentum. Now you got a bearish candle in there, so the bulls are resting, right? They basically used everything they had. They just ran the mile. They're super tired. They sprinted at the end. The bears could come in, but they really don't want to waste their time either. So it's just going to be like stagnant, right? Eventually, what I think will happen is the bears will just take it. They'll just say, listen, we have to at least come back here. Just for a minute. I got buy orders down here. I told some people that, pick it up on a discount. Like, let's just do me a solid. Let's just get it over here, and then you can do whatever you want. And then they should bring it up to the 2618. All right. I hope that made sense. It probably sounded a little long-winded, but that's what happens. All right, what do we got? Block One, company that owns the EOS code and released it to the community, also made a pre-announcement of a Washington event this June. Yes, we talked about that yesterday. EOS, yeah, 50/50 XMR. Wall banger, XMR. What do I think about that? Probability is pullback. I'm bullish because of the announcement. Yeah. Look, in crypto, you buy the rumor, you sell the news, right? So the rumor is they got a big announcement June 1st in Washington, D.C. That's great. And chances are once they have the announcement, right, it'll dump, like it's never dumped before. So that being said, what's today? 29th. So we need 30. We got a full 30-day of trading and a full 31-day of trading. So you got 2 full days of trading before the announcement. So this candle right here, look at it. It took 3 days to make this giant price reversal. You could come down today, all the way down, previous structure, and then spend the next 2 days, if you want, going up. You could come all the way down. It's only 10%. You could come all the way down here today and then go up another 10% and hit your 2618 if you want inside a day. That's fine. All right? So that's like Man in Black. That is me. That's funny. Yeah, so bullish on the news. I get it. Fundamental analysis does make sense. I'm a fan of both. I'm more of a fan of technical, but I do. This market moves on news. So, yeah, I eat up all the fundamental I can. Just generally speaking, don't have time to read all the articles and keep up with the 3,000 plus projects that are out. You know, it's just I don't have enough brains. I wish I did. If I could clone myself, I would. No, I wouldn't. That would be a total disaster. So, if you're playing just the news, right, you might want to just go long to the 2618 and cover short so you don't get wicked out. You know, if they're going to push it down, right, imagine that they test previous structures. So you're not going to be the only one, right, with stops underneath previous structure, right? They're just going to stack and stack and stack and stack and stack. So you'd have to really give yourself some breathing room, because if they're going to do this move on you, you're going to get stopped out, right? And then everyone's going to be cheering at the top because they all went long. You know what I'm saying? So you'd have to be careful. If you're doing no leverage, like a no leverage long, I would be okay with that. Because then you could do two things, right? First, let's do this. You can't just keep looking at the 24-hour chart with 70 days of information. It's just blowing my mind. All right, so let's clean this up a little bit. First off, let's kind of want to ignore the wicks just for a minute. There we got. All right, so let's see. What are we looking at here? Yeah. Got some bodies down there. Got some bodies over here. I guess that makes... I guess that kind of makes the most sense. I mean, in any event, it's a little ugly. Now, this is a different pattern altogether. This is an ascending wedge, which generally means, you know, it's going down, not up. All right, so let's just look at just the hourly. What do we have here, right? We came up, we had a little pullback, came back up, right? Had another little pullback. Still in trend, right? You got a high, you got a higher low, you got a higher high, higher low. Higher high right here. What happened? You failed this level. That's your previous low right here, and you violated it, right? You didn't close below it, but you did violate it. So you push back down. Okay, so now we got to go by bodies. So your body's higher than previous? Yes. So you're still in trend. Higher high, higher low, lower high. Oh, shit. So now what? Now you got to swing fail. So now you, just like we did, right, on that huge level down, right, same deal. So we do this and we do this. That's your swing fail line. Swing fail meaning that you're short, right, until you cross it right here. All right, so anyway, we come down low, right? That's our swing fail. Drop down again. Now what's this? Oof. Well, you found support again. You tested previous structure. Basically, we call that a double bottom, right? Because it's so close. So within like an allowable range, right, we'll call that a double bottom. Double bottoms are generally what? Bullish, right? It's a little price reversal. So your double bottom gave you a push to the top side. What happened on the top side? Top side came, you crossed your swing fail, and what happened? Now that you have this line up here, you got to cross it, don't you? This guy. Because that's your previous high. Failed to get past that high. So what do you have now? You got another swing fail, right? Same thing. So you just take this up here now, and you take this over here. That's your new swing fail line. All right? Because you failed to make a higher high. So now you're starting a new trend, reversing the other way, right? Because now you have what was once your lower high, right? Now you got your higher low, right? Now you got your higher high, but it's the other way around, right? And now you got this move right here, which is basically like a false. Right, what you lost, you gained right back. All right. So if we put, let's say we put this line back the way it was. All right. Let's say we did that. We went to our bodies and we did this and we did this. What you could look at is a breakout with a retest on a trend. So you push up, you broke your trend, you came down, you retested it. All right, so what would you expect on the short term? Something like that, right? Come back and retest structure high. So if you can get past structure high, then what do you have? Well, then you're still in trend. Right? Then you're still in trend. Because then you would look at trend like your low, your high, your higher low, your higher high, right? You can zoom out a little bit. You get a more macro view of the trend that you're looking at. If not, oh no, what is happening? If not, you could play the trend. Literally ride the trend down. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down until you have support over here. Or until it's violated. You know, a close below, not an attempt, but a close below, a little retest area, and then you're good. Then you would be shorting it. You know what I'm saying? All right. I hope that helps. I think you got it. I feel like you got it. ETH, sure, we'll take a look at ETH. I know, don't clone. You're in a long ride, okay. That's why I want to hear your thoughts with leverage, of course. It's all good. It's all good. Look, if you're gonna leverage trade, you're gonna margin trade, you have to be very conscious of risk management, right? And be very much aware of how it works. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're on a perpetual swap, right, and you're paying fees. Longs pay shorts, shorts pay longs. You know, look at the screen right now. You see Bitcoin longs versus shorts? So right now, longs are 407 million to 235 million. 63% of BTC leverage traders are long. What does that mean? It means that the longs are paying the shorts. That's how that works. If it were reversed, then the shorts would have to pay the longs. All right? What else does that tell you? Everybody's long. Guess what the market's going to do? Probably going to go short. Right? Because that's where the liquid is. You know? All right, anyway, let's we ate this chart for dinner. All right, let's check out ETH. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. Oh, help, of course. Yeah, no problem. You got it, Frankie. It's my pleasure, man. My pleasure. I hope you got something out of it. If not, then just ask whatever, you know. I just encourage people to ask questions. If I can answer them, you know, I'll answer. All right, so let's see. Somebody wanted ETH. Is this the chart you want? Oh, dear, I'm just smashing stuff. I put on ETH Tether, Binance. Wall banger, BTC to 83.70. Yeah, possible, yeah. I think we had on the chart 83.88, but that was Coinbase too. So yeah, Mex is different. Definitely got some sells coming in now. 86.92, 86.92. I can't believe we don't have anything on this chart. This can't be our normal chart. I mean, I guess. Well, we'll just, yeah. I mean, we'll start fresh. Hey, it looks like Bitcoin. All right, ETH. Well, it looks like ETH had a little bit of a bull pennant. It looks like it made its move. Made a little break. All right, but let's settle up a little bit here. First off, we certainly have a bit of a trend line here. Looks like it's somewhat respected. Look at that. That's nice. What was that doing all the way around? Oh, because I moved the screen. Yeah, that happened. All right, so let's take this. We'll do this. Let's see if we got ourselves like a little channel over here. Anything interesting? I mean, we broke out of it, so there's that. Levels of significance over here are going to be, you know, these highs right here, these lows, and these highs. So we can put those on. So we'll do our little horizontal ray. We'll lock it in because we're going to put a few, right? So this is our high before the low. So that's important. This is our high as like a stepping stone, right? As like a drop, right? And if those aren't enough, then, you know, we throw another one on here. We had another, I mean, I don't know how significant that is. That was like a false break, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm more concerned about that high failure to get above that level, and then finding support down here, right? So I think we're out of the clear for 167 for now, right? So we'll leave it on there, but let's take a look at what we have here. So now at least we have some horizontal support resistance. Like this level over here, I like too. You know, I'll put it in if I have to, but we also don't want like a gazillion things on the chart. All right. So let's do something here. We didn't do it on the last chart, but I do like to do it on most charts. Look at that sell volume come in. It's weird. The price like hasn't changed, which is a little suspect. All right, so we take our all-time high, and then we take our current local low, or what may be our all-time low, and we're looking for this level here, right? 402. Looking for our 236. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw like a little, I'll just put a tiny little box over here. There's a 402, I'll do like 392, 384, whatever. That's fine. All right. So just keep that in the back of your head, 236, right? We do want to get back to the 236. That's for sure. We feel like the 236 is unavoidable. You know, we'll definitely hit it. Anyway, so just like the last chart, right? Price came down, bang, came all to smash all the way down. Price reversed, came back and gave us what? Gave us our pullback, right? We found support. So what do? Let's take a look at that. So let's come over here. We'll put it right on our low, right? And we'll get it right up to the top, you know, so to speak. And say, where did it find support? What is this? What is that level right there, that bottom, right? Like basically like a 786. More or less, a little bit above a 786. All right, but we did find support nonetheless. So now we take it, we find our low again. We'll flip this around to our high, right? That's our top. And now we're going to measure our move based off of the pullback, right? So we're going to, is that lower? So we're going to measure our next moves over. So what happened over here? Right, here's your main line, right? This is your main focal point. This level, why? Because you failed to get above it. That's why this level is so important. Price was rejected. So basically anything under that price and you're short. You know what I'm saying? You're just short. All right, so anyway, you found support over here. You pushed up, that's great. You made another move, that's cool. Right, you made another move up, and all this looks real bullish. Everything's real good until what? Until you test this level and fail to make a higher high. So it was a loser. So now that you have a loser, you have a swing fail. Unfortunately, the level's like almost identical. So it's not a swing fail, it's a double top. Right? Now, even though you do have the wick, so this is where it's important to read the chart for yourself. Right? I'm going to look at this as a horizontal rejection. Somebody else may look at it and say, well, it's a higher high, right? Now I'm using a wick here and a body here, right? So that's not really fair, right? So you just have to look at it for what you think it is. All right, so for me, I'm still in trend, right? Because I'm low, high, higher low, higher high. I'm using that as higher high. I'm not using it to tell me that that's my trend as of now, as of that candle, not yet. I need to get over this level. I need to close a candle over that level, not trade over it. All right. So still short again. Come back down, find support, 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 support. It's great. Come over here, and now what happens? Close above it. Come down and retest it. I'm long. Bang. Right here. But my target is the 1618, and we didn't get it. But we did create our trend. Okay, so now we are clearly in trend. We do have a higher high, and I could do many things at this point. I could do this, and say, all right, well, now I got a trend right here, and look how well that works. Right? Look how well this trend line works. That's fantastic. So I'm going to play that trend and play this pattern, and then we'll let it rock and roll. Now, this is my new high. Okay? So things have changed. Now that's my new high. Just like over here, right? You're basically short until you get past this high. Why? I know that's my high because price reversed. Price reversed. And where did it go? It retested structure high. Look at that. Okay? You can actually paint it all the way up to that wick. Right? There's your structure high. Came down and retested it. Found support. Pushed back up. Did what? Failed to make another higher high. What do you have now? Swing fail. Now what does that mean? You're double short. Not only are you short under this yellow line, you're short under your swing fail line. What happens? Price comes up, fails, comes down, finds support on what? On our trend line that by that point we could have drawn. Now we have support at trend. We come back up. We're back into our zone. So now we could basically call this like a consolidation area or an accumulation area. We push back up out of it, and what happens? We come and we flip this, right? And that's our swing fail. So now what? I know, we're going to add more colors because that's what we do. Now we got lots of colors. All right, so this area right here is kind of like our cautionary period. You know what I mean? That's our zone of uncertainty. We flipped and properly retested our swing fail line, but we're still under our yellow line. Right? And this whole time, we're still targeting this level. 195. Right? That's like somebody please just get it over here so I can get out of my trade. All right. So anyway, we push up, we come down, we get a proper retest. This would be a buy signal, even though we're in the cautionary period. For high-risk traders, they would have taken that trade as a high-risk trade because you got the retest. Retest, you go long. What happens? You finally cross your previous structure high. Expect a retest. Price comes all the way up. Where does it fail? It fails on this trend line. It comes down. What does it do? It retests previous structure high. It's insane. But what happened on that candle? You got your 1618. You got it. It's a winner. You did it. So basically at that point you took profits or you're out of the trade, right? Generally speaking, you would have taken profits there because your overall is the 423. So anyway, so you push up and 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 up, and what happens? You push all the way up here. 1, 2, 3 huge candles. What happened? You broke resistance. You broke it again. And what happened? You hit your second target. Your 2618. All right. Now at this point, you're feeling really good. You're like, man, I'm a great trader. Look at all that cool stuff I just did. Right? You got your 1618 target. You got your 2618 target. You're on fire. Everything's cool. You got yourself a new top. And then price comes down and does what? It retests previous structure. You're totally cool with that because right now you're in the money. Price reverses, comes back up, fails to make a higher high. So now it's a rinse and repeat. Here's your high. You know it's your high because price reversed. Price came down. You came back up and you failed to make a higher high. Swing fail. What are you going to do over here? You're going to do this. Why? Because that's your new high, right? It's everything you just applied down there, you're applying up here. It's no different. All right, so now price is flipped. Your swing fail. Swing fail comes up. 1, 2, 3 candles up. Fourth candle, what happens? Rejection at your top line. Price comes 1, 2, and reverses course, right? It's not going any higher. It's going lower. So what does that mean? Right? This is going to end up being a swing fail again. For now, you have a double top. Top, top, double top. What's a double top? Double top is a drop. Just think double top to drop. That's how that works. So double top to drop means you should be looking at least price to come down somewhere. Do we know where? Not yet. Did we already test this structure level? We did. Do we have to test it again? Not really. Do we have to retest this trend line? No, because we have our good test right here. We pull profits on 1618. That'd be a much longer way down for very little reason. We do have this trend that we painted earlier. That's right here. Kind of like forming that little anarchy sign. And then we do have this longer channel trend. Okay, so we could do a double top and a double bottom. Nothing wrong with that. We could do this. Right here. Okay? Now, if we do that, right, and trend continues, then my next move is this. Because I want to break out of this move and I want to push to a higher high that makes sense. Now we do have this level right here. Could be a little bit of an issue. We don't know yet. All right. But our ultimate goal is this guy, 423 and 236. Those are our two major targets. 423 based off of more recent price action. 236 based off of all-time high, all-time low. All right, so that green box is still our destination. 348 to 402 is a little bit too much to be okay with saying it's just a zone, you know? It's a really big zone. It's a 15% zone. So you might want to break that up into two plays. Hopefully you hit the 4-2. You come back for a retest, find support on the 3-6 or previous structure. Chances are if you blew that out, you're coming all the way back down to here, 279, 279, and then up. All right. Or you hit 348, you come down to 312, you retest previous structure over at 312, maybe 302, 302 bounce up, next stop, 402. All right? Is that cool? You guys good with ETH? Maybe? Well, In any event, that's kind of how I walk through a chart, or at least this chart. 87.23. The buying came in. All right. Yeah, so 9 o'clock, I think that's going to wrap it up for the night. We didn't look at a whole lot of charts, but we dove a little deeper than we normally do. I think that's good. I feel like there was some learning going on. And that's good. Learning's good. All right. Now, we didn't talk about the fail over here. This could fail. Could come all the way down. We don't want to talk about that, right? I mean, we can. It's no problem. Volume down. Price all over the place. Oh, man, I don't know. This could be bearish. No, we'll just, we'll leave it at that. All right. I'm thinking 300 first and then 240, then 350. Let's see. So you're saying at 300 first. Current price is 273. 300 gets us up here. Yeah. That's fine. That's previous structure levels. So 300 then what? Down to 240. This 240 is right here. Why 240? What is the reason for 240? I'm just curious. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just want to know how did you get 240? I see the candle that closely represents 240, but it doesn't do much for me. I do see the attempt over here around 240, but again, this level would be more important for me than that. 230. Mega Wix. Oh, BitMEX. Okay, yeah, this is Binance. Okay, yeah, fair enough. That's hey, just asked a question so I can get an answer. All right, so down to 240. I could see that if momentum is really to the downside, but we're very much in an uptrend. I mean, this is clearly an uptrend. To push it past previous structure like that, then I would just be careful. You might want to layer some orders in previous structure down to 240. And this way, at least you're in the trade if it only touches just the top and not the bottom. And then 350. Yeah, the 423. Perfect. Yeah. And then I would say just, because we like to predict the future, 350 to 312, 312 to 400. And then, what do they say? Bob's your uncle? Sally's your brother? He's the millennial? Whatever works. Yeah, and then ultimately, 236 to the 382, the 618, 786, and then ideally, back to 1. And 1 would get you the 1443. And then from there, the 1618, 423. So, whatever. 5835. You guys go with that? $5,800 ETH? Sure, let's do it. No big deal, right? No big deal. Oh, no, I broke it. Cool. All right, very good. Very good. BitMEX, MegaWix. Yep, very good. Awesome. I love it. All right, everybody, I do very much appreciate you guys coming out. As always, it's my pleasure being here, but it would be really boring if I was all by myself. So, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I will catch you guys on the exchanges, and happy trading.